This one should be your absolute first lens. Let me prove it to you. Let's swap out that kit lens for this Sigma and see what happens. Ready? I mean, come on. Even my candles got lit just from putting that lens on the camera. This lens will sit on a shelf, never to be seen or heard from ever again. My name's Bo, and I know video. So let me tell you the biggest mistake most people make when they first get into creating content. They spend all their money on the camera body instead of saving enough money for the body and a decent lens. But guess what? That's backwards. Bodies get replaced every 2 to 4 years, but lenses, they're the investment. If you take care of a good lens, this thing will last you a lifetime. And here's the kicker. When you go to sell that lens, you usually get back between 70 and 80% of what you paid for it. Now try doing that with a camera body, never happen. Buying a camera body is no different than buying a car. You lose money the very second you walk out of that store. And I learned that lesson the hard way, because when I bought my first camera, I made the mistake that so many people make of buying the kit. You know, that comes with a kit lens. But I made that mistake once. Never made that mistake again. You're thinking to yourself, why do my videos not look nearly as good as everybody else's? And the answer is the kit lens, I promise you. Your very first lens should absolutely be that Sigma 16mm f1.4. The first real turning point for me was the first time I used it, and I actually said out loud, oh my God, that's what I've been missing. And it's because suddenly the image got brighter, the background melted away, and I stopped looking like I was shooting video in my basement. Now, on the R50V or any APS-C camera from Canon, that 16mm is going to be about a 24mm equivalent. Perfect for YouTube. And that f1.4 aperture, that's the magic. And after buying that lens, this is when I realized I don't need more gear, I need smarter gear. But then something else happened. I stepped outside and everything changed again, because indoors is easy, but out there on a Florida beach, harsh light, strong winds, it's a whole different ballgame. Walking and trying to vlog with a camera pointed at you, whole different story. But that's where this guy comes in. This is the Canon RF10-18. This is my take you with me lens. Now, no, this is not your blurry background lens. This is your look at where we are lens, the RF10-18. If you're doing any kind of vlogging or travel, you're going to use this lens more than you think. So I'm doing a test. I apologize for the audio. I'm right on the shore of the Gulf of Mexico, but I'm doing an experiment with the Canon R50V. I'm trying digital stabilization using the RF10-18. And I'm walking on a beach, which should make it a lot harder, but with each step, my foot sinks in the sand about an inch or two, so I have found that sometimes it makes it actually easier. Now, there should be one hell of a crop on this thing because I'm enhanced, but we'll see what happens when we get home. What do you think? Is this even slightly acceptable? That's all I care about, is if it's acceptable. Is there a bunch of weird ghosting or artifacting going on? Let me know down below, and I appreciate that very much. We're on the pier on Okaloosa Island in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and today is Kite Fest day. So we're going to be using the Canon R50 and the R50V with my 4 fab lenses. This is the 10-18. This is not your blurry background lens at all. This is your look at where we are lens. This is your check out the world kind of lens, right? And it's not the highest quality. It's more like a kit lens. This is almost, it's the same as the 18 to 45, right? f4.5 to f6.3. So nothing to write home about, but you gotta have it. But then I started noticing something. Not every shot needs to feel big. Some shots should be personal, tighter framing, subject isolation. That's where this lens comes in, the Canon RF 50mm f1.8. If the Sigma 16 is your first lens, this should definitely be your second. And now the nifty 50mm f1.8. This is your, I need a tighter look at this. This is your I need to back up lens. You're okay, buddy. And I'm in everybody's way. So anyway, f1.8, we're shooting at f2.8 because I shoot everything at f2.8. Sorry, guys, I apologize.
You're good. Don't worry about it.
Okay, what you just witnessed is why I hate tourist season. Tourist season sucks. When you live in a beautiful tropical paradise like this, you can't just have it to yourself. You got to share it with the world. And I mean the world. These people are from all over the planet, not just the United States. 50 mil f1.8, check it out. On a Canon APS-C camera, this is going to be about an 80 millimeter equivalent, and that means compression. Compression means cinematic. This is your interview lens, your close-up lens, your make people look really good lens. And here's the crazy part. This thing is cheap. This lens has absolutely no business being this good at 150 bucks. And finally, what I call my just for fun lens, right? This one is just for fun. This is the Canon RF 100-400. And I did not buy this lens for speed. Nobody did. I bought this lens for one reason and one reason only: reach or distance. Zooming in on boats, planes, helicopters, birds, dolphins. Because on a Canon APS-C, this thing becomes about a 180 to 640. That's long. But if I'm shooting 4K 60 with that crop on the R50V, this thing now becomes a 250 to a 1000. Kids, that's not just zoom. That's being nosy. Living on the water, that lens is incredible. You can capture moments like you would never normally see otherwise. And yeah, it's not fast, but fast is not its job. Its job is nothing more than reach or distance. Now look, the final point I want to make is this. You don't need a bunch of lenses, but you need lenses. One for talking, one for exploring, one for storytelling, and one for reach. That's called a system. And if a lens doesn't fit in that system, it doesn't belong in my bag. That's how you stop wasting money. That's how you simplify everything. And that's how your videos actually start looking better. All right, you guys, look into my eyes. Look into these old senior citizen boomer eyes. Did you get any value out of this video? Because if you did, could you do an old guy a solid and hit that like button? I'd really appreciate it. Look, this is going to get YouTube to show this video to other APS-C crop sensor camera lovers like you and me. And if you want to learn more about the Canon R50 or the R50V, consider subscribing to the channel. All my videos are going to be about nothing other than those two cameras and how to get the best out of each one of those cameras. Now, if you want to learn more about the R50 or the R50V, here's another video to watch. Give that one a watch. Again, my name is Bo, and I got to go. I will see you in that next video. Thanks for watching, you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I'll see you in the next one.